Rick James, bitch. Party like I'm Rick James, bitch. Ride around, eating it.
Past lives could never hold me down. Lost love is sweeter when it's finally found. I got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Past lives could never hold me down. Lost love, sweeter when it's finally found. I got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Past lives could never hold me down. Lost love, sweeter when it's finally found. I got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming.
Boom, let's go, guys. It is Friday, and we are seeing some good movement to the downside out of that SPY today. We're actually falling under 444 here right at market open. It's one of the better opens that we've seen the whole week, actually, to the downside. All week long, we've pretty much seen a lot of choppy price action. Of course, Wednesday, Tuesday, we had some good drops right at open, but Monday and Thursday, we had big run-ups at open. So today, I'm glad that we're continuing down. We're falling under that 444 support like it is nothing right now. I mean, honestly, it's sitting, we didn't even bounce off of it. We had one slight 5-minute candle bounce off of this level. If we go out to the hourly chart, 444 is huge, guys. It's huge. But get this, we are flying through it because there are just so many stocks today dying off, like Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, the big three. Look at each three of these stocks. They all suck right now. Apple, look at that, 176.84, big red candle at open. Obviously lower than yesterday, like no problem lower. We go over to, what is it? Amazon. You can see how they are actually coming up a little bit, but still they're down a lot in pre-market. Exactly what you want. Microsoft, another terrible drop. I mean, it's just big drop after big drop for these companies lately. And it makes sense. You know, we go out to the daily charts and you see the daily and you're like, holy shit, they're still up too much. Even with the big dip recently, they're still up. So It's pretty insane, actually, to see Apple come down that hard in just a couple days here. But like they say, they take the staircase up and the elevator down. So just keep your eyes on these levels today. 444 is going to be very important. In my opinion, now that we broke it, we should be pretty fire to go to the downside. Let's hope that there's no fake outs. I would definitely hope not. But I'm watching right now as it recovers up, maybe for a recovery hit and then move back down off that level. That would be very, very nice to see here today. But thank you guys for joining up. Let's go. Let's end this week strong here. Thank you, Mason, Mike, Xbox, Sean, and Martin. Let's go. Mason was number 1 today. Let's go, Mason. That was pretty cool. Hell yeah, though, Xbox. Good morning. Sean puts the whales. I love those whales. That's one of my favorite things you've put in the Discord. Get my background music on here. Hang on. There we go. Maybe something like that. Nothing too crazy. There we go, though, Meta. Meta is one of our stocks that we're watching off to the downside. Watch for them to fall down to 300 even. Watch out for that area. It's going to be a big one. $300 on the money right there. Interesting. Very close. There's so many stocks down around supports, too. Like, it's not just, like, SPYs at 444. Like, we have Meta. We have Apple, Microsoft, other stocks like that, like, really close. Like on Apple here, this 175 area is huge, guys. Huge. We could end up bouncing up off these supports today. That's been a little concern of mine. I'm really hoping that we can stay under 444, but I would hate for people to get faked out on today. Just be a little bit careful of the fake. Xbox puts out a loading symbol. I don't know what that means. I didn't even know that was a possibility to put that out. That's funny. Wow. How is DraftKings? Someone said it's not having a bear market. Nice. I'm happy with that. The more that happens, the better for me. Oh, Disney, though. No. Ah, DIS rejection. It's okay. No breakout on Disney. That's fine. You know, not every play is going to break out in an insane way like that, so. DraftKings, Disney, ESPN, Penn Gaming. What are we going to do? Nah, we'll be okay. DraftKings will be okay for the long term, guys. I'm not very worried about DraftKings or very scared. Oh, Xbox is buffering. I see. Damn, Xbox. You gotta call your cell provider and be like, fix it. No, I'm just kidding. That would be funny, though, if you did that. They'd probably be like, I can't help you. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, guys. 444.59. We're going to have a fake out today. Be very careful of this. Be very, very careful of a fake out here. I know we got under 444. I know what we were watching for, but it doesn't always go the way you want. And today has been a little bit weird here with that move back. I think it's weird. I'm not a fan of that price action so far. It kind of sucks. It sucks. All right, sorry about that. I had to lock in some SQQQ there for a second. Let's see, QQQ. I still think we can be down. It's just one of those scenarios where we're already up on it, so taking some profits. What a weird day so far. Got that pop back up here. Like, come on, SPY. Did Apple and Microsoft and these stocks hold supports? Gosh. I feel like this is going to make people pissed, to be honest. Oh. That sucks, Xbox. Apparently they like throttle him and like reduce the speed or something. That's weird. I've heard of that before. I didn't know how that worked though. I have heard of that. Talking about those stocks, AT&T, Verizon, how are they doing? Terrible. The cell companies, right? What about TMUS, T-Mobile? They've always done better on the daily. Yeah, like look at them on the daily. Like compare this chart right here. Like pretty steady uptrend. Compare this over to like VZ. It's like so much different. Same thing with AT&T. I don't know why T-Mobile's held up so much better. It's amazing. Like way, way better. And of course, Disney has to come down on a day that the stock market goes up, right? Not that it's going up, but that it's starting to recover it open. Funny. Oh. $27.50 support. Man, Xbox goes, I'm not experiencing it currently. Just trying to be funny. Oh, I thought you meant you had that. Citigroup at what? 44, Sean said. Let's see. Citi. I had an alert there. It looks like it just barely didn't touch my alert. Just under 44. I had it at 43.99. That's funny. Keep your eyes on C, because if we go out to that daily, there's a pretty good like wedge going on here. And if C breaks under this 44 support, I think they could go lower. So far, though, it's kind of bouncing. If we like drew like a more direct line like this, we're still kind of on it, but I always think of that whenever I'm using my eyes. MPW under 770. What is that one? I don't think I've heard of this one. Medical Properties Trust. I probably heard of it at some point, but wow, what a drop here. What the hell's going on with this? That is a steep drop. Thank God, like, SPY's not doing that. Although I wouldn't be overly sad with the puts. Here we go, SPY. Getting back under 444. There we go. Turning back down. Come on, don't screw us today, SPY. We want to see that solid price action. We want to see it. Sorry, guys, had to clear my throat. Let's have a good stream today, though. Let's have a good day overall. Let's get some good trades going, right? Dang, Disney. MPW has a 14.72% dividend. Oh my God. Well, I see why. Because their stock sucks so bad that they have to pay a 17% to hold that shitty thing. Oh my God. That thing's terrible on the daily. So small too, with big swings. I wonder though, like, if you do happen to like grab this at like a really good time, almost like right now, You know, with that dividend, I mean, if you do end up getting into a spot where you could hold that for like a year and just hold it and it actually goes up, that would be quite the trade on MPW with that dividend. But man, that would be, looks like a tough stock to buy and hold here. I don't know anything about medical industry, so I tend to stay away from those types of stocks. Even stocks like Pfizer scare the shit out of me. And that's a stock that would probably come back, you know, most of the time in the longer term. Even this one scares me. I wonder what their dividend is actually. Let's see. Pfizer's dividend. Coming out to 4.59%. Not bad for their own dividend either. It's no 18%, but Xbox said now isn't a bad time to buy. Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. I would never buy this one personally. MPW. I would also recommend out there that nobody else buy it, but that's just my thoughts. Do your own due diligence, of course. I would never get into this one personally, but that is just me. I would never buy a stock, actually, that has like over a 10% dividend, ever. But you can watch videos and stuff about that. I'm not going to go lecturing people on that too much. If you're interested, go look up high dividends and why companies do it. And sometimes it's a little bit shady and stuff like that. So go check it out. But I know MPW is also a properties trust, so it's a little different, but it's interesting. If you do end up buying some for the long term, let me know. I'll be interested. I'm not getting any. If I were to buy one, though, I would look at Pfizer right here. I've been looking and eyeing them up lately off of that support. It's just, man, that medical industry scares the shit out of me. It really does. I don't know anything about medical stocks, and all I'm worried about with these stocks is just big lawsuits coming through. Big lawsuits and stuff. It's actually crazy. I've looked at a lot of videos over the past however many years, and a lot of them are talking very negative on like Pfizer, Merck, companies like that. And if you actually like look up some of the stuff that these companies have done, like release like certain heart drugs for like, let's say high blood pressure, etc. It actually gets pretty messed up sometimes. Like they would like release drugs, and then I think Merck one time caused like, there's like literal statistics out there saying that they released a drug early and specifically caused like 70,000 heart attacks or something crazy. Let's see this. Merck drug heart attacks. Let's see. Here it is. Vioxx. That's what it was. And there's another drug that another company makes just like this one. Just like Vioxx. 30,000 people who had cardiovascular events while taking the drug. That's wild. 30,000 people. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's going to hurt their stock, but I'm just saying it's weird. Sometimes those companies have weird moves off of lawsuits and crap. Saul says, can you get the APLS? They recovering pretty good. APLS. Oh, another pharmaceuticals. Another company like this. Do they pay a dividend? No. No dividend for this one. What the? I don't know what I can say about this one. I mean, this stock is just out of this world, honestly. APLS, I don't think I'd touch this one. It's coming up steep right here off this big dip, but what the? That is just an insane setup today. Even this, I mean, the past couple months are just insane, the way it dropped. What? I don't know anything about them, so I don't know what happened, if an FDA thing failed or they got sued or what, but it looks like, I would assume, given they're a pharmaceutical company, something was going right. They had some drugs going well, and then now something happened where they're getting an investigation, or they had like a disapproval of a drug or something like that. That's kind of what I'm looking at on this one. I don't know. If you know, though, let me know, Saul, because that is weird. Yeah, I mean, they're recovering, but I don't think it's worth it to play that, personally, but everybody always tries to go after those stocks. I don't know if it's because, like, they just have wild moves or what it is, but I even used to go after those all the time. Maybe, I guess just because of the wild swings, but Boeing kind of dipping off here today. They fudged their numbers. It'll be like that thing with Nikola, like they pushed a fake truck down a hill, except like they came up with something fake medically. That would be bad. Do you guys remember that with Nikola? They had that video of their truck going down the hill, and they acted like it was like their electric power, like sending it down the hill, but it was just going down the hill and some guy was just braking, you know? Whoever thought of that idea has to have some chromosomes missing, because, I don't know, that's a little bit weird. Yeah, we're gonna go roll our truck down the hill and act like it has an electric engine. They almost got away with it, to be honest with you. Whoever did the research to figure out that it wasn't really going on its own, kudos to them. Or whoever leaked it or whatever, because that just made for such a fun time. Let's actually go watch it. Let's go watch it. Nikola truck downhill. Here we go. Perfect. It's powered by gravity. Was this the one?
Is a fully functioning, vehicle. It's not just a pusher. It's not just a pusher. They just push and it doesn't move.
All right, where's the downhill one, man? Oh gosh, it was that truck. I thought they had one like going down like a mountain, but no, it was this truck. Here we go.
Well, folks, it is finally happening. Nikola Motors is about to go bankrupt within the next 12 months. The company that...
Next 12 months? Oh, come on. You really think they're going to go under in 12 months, man? Maybe. Maybe not. Look at that. There it is. That was so weird whenever they did that. So weird. Hey, Bravo, what's up? Hope you're having a great Friday, great end of your week here. He said he bought some UVXY. Nice. Hope that goes well for you today. Market's been really choppy down here around this 444 area. Which would you recommend? Strom says UVXY or SPXS. Neither. I would go with SQQQ all day. Every time I would go with SQQQ. It's my favorite. It has usually the better moves in my opinion too. For example, SPXS is up 1.5%. UVXY is up 1.87%. SQQQ is up 2.72%. So it usually gets better moves here. So I would definitely go SQQQ. And I also like SQQQ so much better than the other ones, because what have we been really waiting for lately, right? What have we been waiting for? We've been waiting for big tech stocks to fall. And where are big tech stocks? They're in the NASDAQ. They're in the QQQ. So I would short the SQQQ, or not short it, but I would get puts. Well, hang on. Now I'm getting really messed up. Don't listen to that. Get calls on SQQQ, because it's going against QQQ if you do that. So that sounded. Don't get puts on SQQQ. Please don't do that. That would be wild. Bravo says any, just quick trade those SRAM. Yeah, I mean, any of them are fine, really, if you're trading options, but I will say SQQQ has bigger moves, so I would go with that one, but they'll all do fairly well. I have both. I have SPXS and SQQQ, personally, just in case one does better than the other, but good stuff, though, today, guys. Anybody taking any dubs on any of these downward moves? In the premium portion, we locked in half of SQQQ today. Like that trade. Doing pretty good so far. Boeing, what are you looking like? Oh, no. Falling off down to 236. No. No, Boeing, don't do that. It's all right. I'll take it as long as SPY keeps going down. And QQQ. I gotta hide that. Keeps going right where the price action is. Llama says my Nvidia puts got slapped. Tessie's about to as well. Your puts got slapped, or like you're slapping with the puts? Because I would think you're slapping with the puts, but wow, Tesla. Good drop down to 238 here. They're right at 240. That's a pretty big support. There's so many stocks around big supports right now, like right as SPY's at 444. Man. Somebody asked, is Peen gonna keep dropping? I guess they meant pen. I was looking at this like, what the fuck is Peen, dude? I was like, is he joking? Is he trolling? Peen. I was like, why are you talking sexual about the stocks? Oh, he said he got slapped. What? He said he sold Nvidia too quickly. What? You got slapped on Nvidia puts today? How's that possible? Sold too quick. I guess you sold like it opened. What the hell did you do, Llama? Hold them overnight? Even if you did that, it looks like it would have been fairly good. I'm lost how you entered and exited this one. But I get you, Llama. Sometimes it happens that way. I'm just a little lost here today. Like, when did you enter that? Today, or you been in? TNX is telling me another hike is coming. Like a rate hike? Because I could see that. Oh yeah, TNX, baby. Still looking good. I believe TNX will keep going up, Bravo. I'm a big believer in that, personally. And trust me, I wish it wasn't the case. I really do. I really wish it wasn't, because I need to buy a house. So, I really needed Bravo to not do that, but... They don't give a flying freak what Tom wants, right? That's the problem. Yeah, Bravo, same thing. I was one of those idiots during like 2020. I was like, I'm just going to wait for the prices to come down. I look back now at that and I'm like, how much of an idiot was I? I was sitting there saying, you know, keep in mind, guys, I'm young. Like, I've never had a house or anything like that. So it was 2020 and I was like kind of at the point where I was like, do I want one or not? You know, and I was like, you know, I might get one. And then I was like, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait for the prices to come down. Well, needless to say, they never came down. And they're falling now, but I don't really notice that too much. It might fall like 5% or something, but nothing like it went up. So need really those rates down. The problem is those monthly payments, right? It's sickening to see that a monthly payment, like let's say in like 2020, 2021 early, would have been like, let's say, or at least around me, like around where I live, you're buying like a $300,000 house. Like I know people who have gotten like monthly payments of stuff like that for like $1,500 to, you know, $1,700 a month, right? Anywhere between there, even maybe $1,400 or more or less, you know? Really good pricing though on stuff like that. Now, let's say you try to buy that same house, you're looking at like $2,400 a month payment, or like $2,200 or $2,100, you know, somewhere around there. It's sickening. It's sickening. Let's go to it. Let's go to loan calculator. I don't know why they don't just do mortgage, but okay. All right, here we go. We'll do the amount. $300,000, just as like a base, right? All right, $2,126 at the current interest rate. Now, let's say the rates were back at, let's just say 4%. You're looking at $1,432. So look at that, guys. You're looking at a payment of $1,432 compared to a payment of $2,000 plus. $1,432 to $2,100. That is a like 50% jump in the fucking payment, guys. 50%. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah, exactly. Like Purdy says, 2018, you bought a house like $290,000. Now it's worth like $400K or more in a lot of cases. That's so true, Purdy. So true. Bravo says, I don't see a reason for this to go up except short squeeze. What, TNX? Are you talking about TNX? Because TNX is going to keep going up because of the Feds raising rates. I mean, that's going to play such a big role. It's going to really pop them up, but it doesn't even matter what we want. Or what, I guess what the market wants either. The Feds will say, nope. We're changing. Purdy. That's the whole problem, right? Just wait till rates get low again. Whenever that is. Who knows? It'll probably never happen. You know, that's the problem. We were looking at some great charts last night, guys, with interest rates. It's actually kind of scary to see. Let me see if I can find you this with the at least the inflation rate. And then we were looking at mortgage rates compared to this. You guys, I think, will find this so interesting. Let's see. I think it's this bottom one. Yeah, here we go. Sean put this in Discord yesterday, and it really had me scratching my head. And then we had the Fred 30-year mortgage rate. There it is. All right. So what I want to do now is go to 1972 to 1985. All right, look at mortgage rates here, how they started exploding, okay? And I mean exploding. Okay, so we went through a few years in the late 70s where rates were steady to semi-down, right? Somewhere around like 8 to 9% for a couple years. Then we started getting into harder economic situations during like 80 and then 81, 82, and we actually went into recession a couple times there. And during those times, look at how the interest rates exploded, at least on mortgages, right? Now, if we go look at TNX during that time, I would almost guarantee that it's the same thing. So let's see. TNX during the 80s. We probably won't be able to see it during the 80s, but we'll try. Is it going to let us? Oh, it is. Look at this. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, look at TNX during the 80s, guys. Late 70s into the 80s. Was just hovering around like 7.5 to 8. And then look at that explosion all the way up to 15% on the 10-year yield. I mean, guys, that's wild. If we go look at the mortgage rates right now, we go to Sean's chart. Look at how the orange line is the current situation, and the blue line is the previous one from 66 to 82, which incorporates all of that 1970s movement and going into the late 80s. You can see how the CPI, which is inflation, started really running up. That's part of the reason why those interest rates were going to the prices that they were. And I think that could happen again. Look at how spot on the orange line has been. People always talk about out there Fed cycles. The Fed is going through this cycle right now, okay? This is a very scary chart for me because it shows that at least right now, the way that we've been moving, it's going through the exact same cycle as it was going through during that high inflationary period of the late 70s. Right now, we're at that point where we're just consolidating for a couple years, then we'll get a big boom in a couple more. And I could see that, you know, like 2025, 2026, CPI booming again. I could see that. Short term, I could see it too a little bit, but if hopefully we just stay down here and follow that blue line, if not stray away and go lower. It is very scary though to see how spot on this is. I mean, it is like, it's freaky how spot on it is. It almost makes me feel like that they're literally going through cycles, doing the same types of things that they've done in the past through other cycles. What do you guys think? It's very interesting to me. TNX. TNA. Oh gosh. I'll give you some TNA Xbox. Oh, don't you worry. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Bravo says, you think hot PPI number is going to affect the odds of rate hikes? No, I don't think so. I don't think PPI really affected much at all. I think CPI did more than PPI, but I think they both affected a little bit, but they've been looking at rate hikes anyway, so let's actually go look at the numbers though. Like, why not? All right, so for the next September meeting, which is on the 20th of September, scroll down. Oh, stupid. It won't let me scroll. There we go. There we go. Jesus. All right. So they're expecting, wow, they're pricing in an, it doesn't let me scroll if I have my mouse here. They're pricing in an 88.5% chance of no rate hike. So they're looking at another pause actually, which is pretty weird. But if we go to the probabilities chart, this shows you more of what they're looking at. Wow, so they're actually pricing in pause, Pause. Pause, pause, pause. Now that's a little bit different. I know. What the? Okay. Now keep in mind that these numbers could change, but some of the Fed members talk about actually going towards another rate hike later this year. And with inflation popping up, it'll probably make him go towards more hikes, in my opinion. Like, kind of like you said, Bravo. Odds of 80% no hike. Yeah, kind of like you said there. I think that some of these percentages will start to sway more towards a hike. Yeah. But I'm not sure it's gonna like necessarily like PPI, for example. I just don't expect that to like make it jump by like 10% or anything like that. But it will have a little bit of an effect, sure. And I think that as time goes forward here, you're gonna hear more about the Fed members wanting to do more hikes. I think you'll start to hear him go into more hikes as we go forward. But we'll see. They always are changing their minds on stuff. And keep in mind, on the past couple of meetings, Powell even talked about that a lot of Fed members were expressing that they wanted rates to go up too. Like, a lot of Fed members said that they wanted the rates to be high. So, not rates high, but they wanted to go for a hike over a pause. Let's see. Fed members want more hikes. See, look, U.S. economy still needs multiple rate hikes, says top Fed official. It was Bowman. He supports raising the federal fund rate at their July meeting. And they expect additional increases will be likely to lower inflation to their goal. So it looks like some of these Fed members have been honestly expecting this inflation to pop up a little bit like this. And I've actually been saying that too. I'm not trying to be that guy like, oh, I said it. But I've been saying that I thought towards the end of this year that we would start to see inflation go back up a little bit. Did I say it was going to explode? No. But I think it could pop back up a little bit into the end of the year. And I said this before this CPI reading this week, so hopefully somebody out there remembers it. But I'm not trying to be that guy, though, saying like, oh, I said. I feel like people do that way too much, but that is one of the ones that I was kind of forecasting there. All right, SPY's still popping up off 444. This is pissing me off today. I'm not liking this movement. It's making it choppy for us, which I don't like. Don't like choppiness. Don't make me laugh. He's driving. Stay safe out there, Xbox. Stay safe. That's funny, though. Sounded like Big Daddy has been scared to cause unemployment. Man, I'll tell you what, there's this little heart thing that's like right on like your guys' messages every time, and it's so annoying. I just can't get it to go away. They need to make it where you can get rid of that if you want. Yeah, that thing. That heart. that heart, whenever I'm in like the YouTube studio screen, that heart is like right on top of your guys' messages. It's so weird. And you can't move it. You know, Big Daddy's, I feel like he's been trying to cause unemployment, Sean. I don't know. Do you think that it's just that somehow they're not able to really make unemployment uptick as much? Or you think they are scared of it? Maybe that was part of Biden's deal. No, Mason, it's not your fault. It's, it doesn't bother me whenever people click it. It's just like, it's there for me to click, and it's in the way. Which is the problem. It's all good if you guys do it. Yeah, but you know how Biden re-put in Powell, right? He allowed him to stay in there. I'm wondering if part of that has to do with maybe Powell agreeing to, well, hey, we'll keep unemployment down, you know? Something like that. Or I'm not saying that that's the case, but it could be. SQQQ coming back. QQQ starting to rise. Watch SPY off 444, guys. I think it's faking today. I don't know why. My heart tells me the SPY's faking us all out here today. I pray that's not the case, but watch this, guys. SPY might actually go on like a short-term uptrend now. Like maybe a short-term pop-up into resistance, then back down. I would not be surprised given the price action lately. It's so up and down. It's just been like up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, I could see this being pretty good. Come on, SPY. Come on. Palantir, no. Boeing's starting to get it too. Damn. Boy, it's hot. I'm sweating my ass off today at the computer chair, guys. I don't know what's up with this. Did my AC go out last night? What the? My computer is pretty hot, actually. Shut down the book map real quick. Might save my computer. They should have come in with a significant rate hike at the beginning and got inflation down faster. The longer it lingers, the more likely a double spike IMO. I'll tell you what, inflation is down a lot, man. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, what do you mean, the more it lingers? Like, it's at 3%. They've gotten it from 9 to 3% within, like, 1 year. I mean, that's not too bad. Like, it's in real, you know, we deal with this every day. So, of course, we're going to be, like, very impatient with this stuff. But it's honestly only been like a year and they've gotten it down like from 9% down to 3%. That is a pretty good job. I mean, I'm not saying it's great. I don't know if you could do it quicker, but I mean, damn, that seems like a big drop. That's why I kind of think now they've dropped it so much that they have to start like pausing interest rate hikes and stuff, because I think they're starting to get themselves caught a little bit. What do you think about this, Sean? Like, they're raising rates, obviously, at, like, a crazy pace, right? I think they're starting to get to the point now where, like, the rates are going to start getting so high that it's just going to become silly, you know? And I think that's kind of where the feds now are, like, they're like, fuck, I don't want to raise rates as much now, because if we really keep raising them, it's going to hurt the economy like bad. Like bad. So like I'm wondering like right now if I don't know. It's very hard to say. There's so many hypotheticals and it really is just it's all hearsay talk, you know, it's just but I do feel like that as we go into the end of this year, inflation will start to uptick a little bit, and then I think next year we'll start to bring it back down again a little bit. I'm just glad that this is the first time we've had like an inflation increase in like a lot of reports, which is cool. We kept seeing steady decreases, but an antidepressive. I have no idea what you mean by tapering an antidepressive, Gengar, but I think I understand the analogy though. Does that mean like if you're quitting, you kind of like lower down your dosage or something? It's an interesting topic though. You know, you never know what they're going to do. Poor Powell. He's got so much on his plate too. I can't wait for the next time Powell speaks though. That's going to be a fun CPI day on September 20th. We have a whole month and like 10 days from now, so don't have to really worry about shit till then. Sorry I had to end the live stream early yesterday, by the way. I had to head out with my girlfriend to the doctor. Sorry, my mouse was dying. Had to plug it in. Let's go look at McDonald's. Palantir. Coming back today. I'll take it. DraftKings. Yes, sir. Disney's coming back. I like to see it. Come on, Disney. If they could come back and break that high, I'd be so happy. So happy. Mr. Three Putt said, what do you mean they can't keep raising because it might hurt the economy? You already forgot about your chart earlier? Well, that's the thing, Mr. Three Putts. That's the thing with the chart. Like, people, I don't think people read the chart right. Okay? Look at how on this chart, look at how the CPI goes down a little bit more, right? It only goes down a little bit more and then starts exploding up. So, like, Mr. Three Putts, if the feds are raising interest rates, Three Putts, that means that they're getting inflation lower. So, like, if they're raising rates like they are now, see how, like, the orange line's coming down with the blue line? Mr. Three Putts, when they stop in a couple years or a year or whatever it is, whenever they stop raising rates is when we're going to see that CPI fly up. This is CPI. This isn't interest rates, but I do believe, though, that that'll also make the rate skyrocket, but it just... I believe, though, that the feds are going to have to do something to try and slow it down once it starts to become out of control, we'll say. Because look at the mortgage rate during that time. Like the 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, just exploded. But it was going up the whole time, you know, so I'm not trying to say like, oh, but during that 2 years of like right here, 76, 77, just continued just a little bit lower. And then we got that big jump back up with inflation. That's what I'm worried about. Hey, sounds good, Xbox. Have a good bedtime. Have a good nap or bedtime or whatever you want to call it. Have a good sleep. I wonder what the feds were doing as far as interest rates during 78 through 80. Because I know the mortgage rate was up, but let's go look at like interest rates maybe. Where's Fred? Here we go. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show. Now this chart fucking sucks. Come on, let me... This thing blows. I gotta go to a different one. Here we go. Perfect. All right. All right, so here's what I'm trying to explain, Xbox, or... I mean, Mr. Three Putts. Hopefully this kind of shows what I'm talking about here. God damn it. Quit giving me too many dates. Perfect. All right, there we go. All right, so 3 putts. If we see right here, see how 75, 76, 77, specifically 76 and 77 were like 2 years where we just sat there and did like nothing, right? Just mainly did nothing. If we go out to the Fred page here, 76, 77, what did we do on mortgage rates, right? They actually were like low to falling. Or, well, this was the federal funds effective rate, which means that the feds were essentially lowering rates during this time, right? 76, 77. But then once we got into 78 and we started to see that CPI and that inflation picking back up, then the Fed said, oh shit, now it's time to raise rates again. And they started raising. But see how like they were raising in the 70s, early 70s, and then they quit raising it for a little while and then started raising it again? That's what I think. I think that right now we're at like the bottom end of like this type of move right here, and the feds are starting to stop raising the rates. As simple as that. They're starting to not raise them at the pace they were, and they're even looking to go more towards cuts next year. So those percentages can always change, but I'm kind of looking for this type of thing to happen here, where those rates will have to start going up to try and combat that inflation. But right now, for the next year to year and a half, we might be down in this downtrend type of area where rates stay the same for a couple of years. And that would be nice. That would be great if we did. I hope that's the case. But we'll have to see what the feds decide. So far, if we go out to that probabilities chart like we talked about, where is my probabilities? Here we go. Probabilities chart. See, they're pricing in like pause, 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 lower, 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 lower. They're saying by December next year, we'll get that federal funds rate all the way back down to 4 to 4.25%. Be pretty good if we did, but that's the problem though. If they start loosening, it could allow that inflation number to go up. So I know it's a little bit weird. There's so many things that coincide with each other and stuff, but I hope that explained it a little bit better. Where do you think we are going on SPY? The SPY hotter PPI. Yeah, like I said, I don't really care about the PPI. I don't even think that's going to be a big role on SPY, but CPI I think's better, but man, SPY's still holding 444. I mean, I've been saying all morning, be careful. I think that it could fake here today, so yep. Wow. SPY really held 444. Talk about holding it. Do I see recovery in UPST or more downside? Next couple weeks, let's see. Ooh. Brutal stock right now. I could see some recovery coming in. Now, I don't think it'll be a crazy one. I think it'll only be like a day or two of recovery. If just a couple to a few green days, and then we'll start to see more downwards movement out of it. But that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Bravo said 447, then fake this afternoon. Yeah, that'd be funny. That would be good. Yeah, you know, it has been doing that. Every day around, like, lunchtime, it's been, like, totally reversing, hasn't it? Huh. That's pretty funny that now that you mentioned that, Bravo. I didn't think about that, but it is, like, almost the same time. A little bit weird, but... Wow. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys joining up today. We ended the week strong. Well, I should say, we didn't necessarily end the week strong. At least we ended it on a good note. At least I did. I'll take today's movement. It's not my favorite, but I'll take it. Let's have a great rest of the Friday, though. We're going to have a big week up ahead of us next week. There's going to be even more earnings. We are getting towards the end, though, so that's good. Not as many earnings as there could be. Let's actually run over to x.com real quick and see if we have ourselves whatever. Uh-oh, lesbians trending on here. Watch out, guys. God damn it. They still haven't put out their earnings stuff yet. Darn. That's too bad. Yeah, that's the problem, right, Xbox? Or right, Bravo? He already bought UVXY. He's underwater. Yeah, I mean, that's why, like, right now, I've just been buying, like, SQQQ and SPXS calls with some time, Bravo, because I understand that it's been real choppy, and right now you gotta hold, unless you're trying to time things up really good. Then you could maybe try stuff like that, but... Yeah, I don't know, Bravo. You got to keep that stop loss in place. You know, always have good risk management, stuff like that. If it's already too much of a L, probably cut it, but... Hopefully it's not. It's not that bad a move. My SQQQ and stuff hasn't been getting hit too hard. Yeah, even though it's down a little bit, not really, like, a lot. Sean said 79 to 82. They sure got the rates down fast because of Volcker. It can be done to get inflation down quick. Well, Sean, that's the thing. Like, right now, it's been coming down pretty quick, too. Would you not agree that right now, like, we've been getting it down pretty quick? It's been, like, less than 1 year, and we've gotten it from 9% down to 3%. That's pretty good. Let's see with Volcker, though. I'm curious. Where is Volcker? I wish it would, like, let me see, like, what years these were. How many years it took for that downtrend to happen with Volcker, because I'll tell you what. Look at that downtrend right now. Like, you go zoom out, and you look at the inflation rate falling down right now. I mean, it's falling down easily at the same pace Volcker's, if not quicker pace, even. I would say quicker of a pace than Volcker's pace, actually. Yeah. Huh. I don't know what to make of that, but... Like, Sean, it's been coming down quick. Keep in mind, they've only been making it go down for like a year. I really wish these freaking mortgage rates would go down, though. That's the thing I want to see fall. That's been pissing me off how those keep going up. They'll probably just stay the same for a little while, like I said, though. A couple years of staying the same and then bigger move up, probably. Yeah, for real, though. I mean, that is like the same pace as there. And at least. Very close. Who's going to come in after Powell and make it better? Maybe Tom. Maybe I'll go in there. Could you imagine that? That would be... I'd get up on the inflation, or what do they call it? I'd get up on like the FOMC day during the speech and I'd be like, fuck your puts, we're going to the upside. That would be funny. Good stuff like that. Nah, it'd be kind of funny though to see like a really big guy in there. Like, what about like a big investor? Like, rather than it being like a guy who's been like part of the Federal Reserve, right? What if they brought in like an actual investor? God, I hope they don't put in that Lael person. Lael Brannard or whatever. Oh my God. If this lady ends up being the chairwoman of the Federal Reserve, I will be scared for my life, man. Literally, all she done her whole life is just go to college and then work in, like, the Federal Reserve. That's it. Like, Powell's actually, like, managed, like, investment companies and done, like, all this crazy shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like college people, man. Like, if all you've done is go to college, I'm good. And we all know, we all know her stance on a lot of things, so that would worry the living hell out of me. If we went from Powell to her right away, that would be wild. I'm not knocking it. Not knocking, you know, her for being a her. Just her specifically. You know, it's okay if it was somebody else. It's fake time, 10:35 a.m. I guess so. We're turning back over right on cue, aren't we, Bravo? That's funny. That's good. Hey, well, I appreciate you guys joining up today, though. We ended the week pretty good here. Appreciate you guys. Had a good day myself. Hopefully we have a great rest of the day. Might try to play some golf or something later on. Gonna have some fun maybe, but... All right. Let's go, guys. Appreciate you. Have a good one.